Hello YouTube and YouTube subscribers, this is Natasha Gates and I'm doing a quick video on being 42 and pregnant. Yes, over 40 and pregnant. Look at my eyes. I am tired. My due date's tomorrow, which is August 13th, 2021. And I am like ready to explode. So how do I feel? I feel like ready, but I'm nervous. Even though this is my 5th child, I'm really nervous because I've never had my water break by itself, and I just feel like more nervous and tired, I guess. And I have a doctor appointment in a half an hour. It's my last checkup and exam, so I'm kind of like, you know, sometimes when you get your exam, they like, you know, scrape your cervix and then your membranes kind of get stripped and then it puts you into labor mode. So I guess like because I'm maternal or advanced maternal age and considered a geriatric OB-GYN patient, like they'll probably strip my membranes today and then I'll probably like go into labor by tomorrow morning. I'm just like really not looking forward to this at all because my last epidural did not work. I had a really bad anesthesiologist and she put my epidural in crooked. So it's supposed to obviously go straight up into your spinal cord, and she misplaced it. And then I had one numb right leg, and then the rest of me that was supposed to be numb, well, you can guess that it wasn't numb. So essentially I had a natural birth, and it was really painful, and I commend any woman that goes through that multiple times or at least once in their lives without drugs. It's absolutely horrifying and the worst terrible pain I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. But anyway, yeah, my belly is huge. There's no containing this anymore. I mean, it's just, I'm 39 weeks and no, I'm 40 weeks today. So yeah, it's huge. There's no real difference on how I feel about being pregnant at 42. There's no real difference except I'm more tired. So I require more naps and things like that. Cravings are the same. Nausea was actually different. I had extremely bad nausea with my first 3 children, and then the 4th and the 5th were like less severe. So I only had morning sickness for about, I would say, probably about 2 months with this 5th child, which is a huge, huge advantage to what I had before, which was like 6 months of straight nausea, like almost hospitalized for that. But other than that, there's no difference between being younger and 42 if you take care of yourself. So, I mean, I look exactly the same as I did when I was 24, like when I had my first son. So, I mean, I can look at pictures of myself like almost 18 years ago and I look exactly the same. And then my weight, I maintain my weight and take care of my skin. So I don't know. If you don't, then you should probably start maybe, because I'm going to be 60 years old when these last 2 children graduate. So it's my duty to maintain myself and look healthy and actually be healthy inside and out for my children. So you don't want to be like the old mom or do you live with your grandparents kind of thing. I am not going to be that mother. So people can say, oh, you're too old, you know, you're too old to get pregnant. Well, I got pregnant naturally and quickly, and I'm 42 and I didn't have any complications. People ask me, oh, do you have any problems with genetics, or aren't you afraid of having Down syndrome possibilities with your children because you're old, and no, because they give you genetic and chromosome testing early on in your pregnancy between 11 and 14 weeks, estimately, depending on the practice or the hospital. So I knew the sex of my child at 14 weeks, and I also knew that there was no chromosome or structural or any kind of genetic abnormalities in my child at that time. So whatever that means to you, it was important to me. So again, you're going to get specialized care when you're older, or geriatric status like I am. I'm a geriatric OB-GYN patient. I have made it to this time in my life. And when I was younger, I would definitely be like, if I heard somebody like being 40, like having a kid, I'd be like, oh my God, that's way too old. Because my mom was a grandmother when she was 44. So that's like 2 years away from my age being a grandma. And boy, she was not happy about that. So anyway, I don't feel any different between being 23 and pregnant and 42 and pregnant. I think it all depends on how you take care of yourself personally. I mean, I really do. I mean, I feel great as a mother. I look in the mirror and I see what I thought I would see 20 years ago, because I just really dedicated my life to taking care of myself, so that I would never have to have people look at me and be like, oh, she looks terrible. So, I mean, invest in yourself. You only have one body, one mind. So just try your best to maintain yourself. If you are thinking about being a mother at an advanced maternal age and you have diabetes or hypertension or any kind of scary underlying disease or condition, I would definitely consider consulting your OB-GYN firm before you even think about getting pregnant, because you're going to be putting your baby at a significant risk for some major complications before, during, and after birth. So yes, as you get older, obviously things change, your body changes, but you don't have to let it go. There's a difference. You're changing, your biology is constantly changing, your metabolism is changing, but that doesn't mean that you have to let yourself go. I mean, being 42 and pregnant is not a sentence of doom or something that should be looked at as like stigmatic, like, oh, that's way too old. Well, Gwen Stefani looks awesome. She's 44 when she had her last child, and I believe she's almost 50 or is 50. And she's always vibrant and happy, and she has a great life. And, you know, yeah, she has exercise trainers and things like that, probably, in plastic surgery, but she does uphold herself in a way that's youthful. And if you feel youthful inside, then it kind of radiates on the outside. So there's nothing I can tell people to do except, you know, hopefully you are managing your weight before you get pregnant while you're older, because your joints are kind of, you know, not the same as they were like 20, 30 years ago, obviously. Another difference is when I take a shower, I get like this fluid retention in my knees that I've never had before, which is interesting. And it's just from, you know, inflammation in my knees and blood circulation, you know, concentrating in my knees and collecting fluid. I mean, and then it goes away. Now, if I had it and it didn't go away, then I would be concerned, but there's no reason for concern. Are all of my other children healthy? Yes. Do they have any chromosome problems? No. Structural, internal problems? No. I did have a child when I was 41. Is it any different than this time around? No, except I gained more weight with that one because I was hungry, and I was always hungry, and I ate every single thing that there was in sight forever, and I gained a lot of weight, and it wasn't so fun for my body. So this time, I think I gained about 25 4 pounds, which is normal, and I feel great as far as the way I look. Last time was difficult. I looked in the mirror and I had no idea who I was looking at. That's how much weight I gained. I think I gained like 40 some pounds with my last child. It was absolutely terrifying, and I am not exaggerating. Like, I looked in the mirror and